All right, ladies and gentlemen, first off, yes, we are live right now. But second thing, today we're going to be talking about the Alex Becker effect. Everybody knows that the crypto gaming bull run has officially begun. It began somewhere around last month, with most crypto gaming coins seeing astronomical returns over just the past month alone. Of course, we're beginning to end the beginning of this first cycle, so we're possibly getting to that second cycle. But I wanted to focus and hone in on something a lot of people don't focus on, and that's the creator economy and how influencers can impact cryptocurrencies and their future price action. So if this is something you enjoy, smash that like button. How you doing, Alex? You guys are really early on the stream. Breaking news. Okay, so let's get into this because I've actually been doing really well trading off of this stuff, okay? And most people will tell me, you can't trade off of a content creator because at the end of the day, you lose your stuff. And yes, you do lose your stuff. Like, don't take this as financial advice, guys. This is 𝐒𝐤 of all 𝐒𝐤s. Like, if there's any point in which someone will tell you this may be degenerate gambling, I think we're starting to get to that point where like things have run up a lot and the risk to reward is like, okay, guys, let's calm down for a second. Maybe we shouldn't be buying things that have zero utility and are just pumping for no reason. I mean, there's meme coins. There's influencers that have never touched meme coins talking about meme coins. So we're getting to that point. How you doing, Martin, Chief? We're all out here. We're all here. And by the way, I wanted to, right before we get into this, guys, like, we're getting 164% more views than I usually get. This is kind of absurd. I wanted to thank you all for all the support lately because it has been kind of absurd. We've been working on this channel for 2 years now. Ever since this bear market started, we've been grinding it out. And it's finally nice to see some success. I mean, our trades have been doing really well. The channel's been doing really well. And overall, it's just been a good time to be in the crypto industry. Now, let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of the stream. What's good, Jason? Welcome to the stream. So Alex Becker over in November 26th talked about joining as an advisor / partner of 𝐒𝐻𝐻. Okay, this is 𝐒𝐻𝐻 Defense. This is a game that is going to be on mobile. It is something that I've actually had extensive experience talking about in the past. And in fact, we talked about this right before it pumped. I mean, you look at my last live stream, I swear to you, we are up on this position. Okay, you could go ahead, zoom out, go to wherever you want, and you'll find it near the end of the stream. But here we go, 1995. It actually went ahead and pumped all the way to the 26s. But you're seeing something very interesting happen here. These cryptocurrencies, they pump massively when these announcements come out. And then right after, we get these harsh corrections. I mean, we're seeing it right now on most crypto gaming altcoins. You see it with Myria, where Myria, on the announcement of this, went all the way from the 6s to breaking a 0. It literally broke a 0. Of course, it's corrected since then, but we'll notice a trend where every time this guy just breathes a cryptocurrency, and yes, gal is booming. Hell yeah, it is. Gal is doing well today. I'll definitely be mentioning that in the future stream. And by the way, I guess I'll go ahead and skip a little bit. We are going to have the chief operating officer of Gala Games, Jason Brink, on this live stream Thursday. So do look forward to that. I want to bring more founders on. So every Thursday, we're going to go ahead and bring that. That's going to be very juicy and very exciting. But you'll see that every time, that advisory thing comes out, it has a huge pump, has a huge correction. But we also notice that right before these announcements come out, we tend to see some kind of price increase. And trust me, I'm getting to something. I'll also be giving you a little bit of an alpha play that I think is coming in regards to a token that hasn't released and Alex Becker is advising. So we all know what happens when he advises things, right? So next thing is Myria. Now Myria, he actually talked about it before when it was around the 4s, before it shot up to the 8s. 2x literally in less than a couple weeks. So he's actually gone ahead and joined Myria as an advisor as well. This happened November 23rd, 2023. Do any of these hyped microcap gaming coins actually have games, or are they just glorified meme coins? I would say, and of course you smash the like button. Come on, Roddy, you better smash that like button right now. Right now, smash the like button. I would say, yes, they're kind of glorified meme coins. I'm not going to lie. The fundamentals definitely haven't caught up, and they're in the microcap sector. They've got a heck of a lot more happening, though. I mean, there are ecosystems like Gala where they have 7 to 10 games already released. They just don't have the users right now because a lot of people have been waiting during this bear cycle for the real marketing to happen. I think they still think that there's a possibility for a bear market. So you've got to think for yourself. am I going to spend all of my marketing budget when clearly the market may not be favorable and we might not be getting funding for a while? Or am I going to wait until I 150% know that we're going to have funding for the future to be able to expend millions upon billions of dollars on marketing? My thought here, my thesis here is some of these older projects, they've been through the bear market. They understand how this stuff works. They're not going to be spending millions of dollars right now because it just doesn't make any sense. But yes, there are released games. Most of these microcaps, though, I will agree with you, don't really have anything released. Like, for example, if we're talking about Miriam, I have played some of their games. Like, I've actually played these games, and they are in development. Like, trust me, these are games, but they're just not out. So I guess you could argue that the fundamentals haven't caught up. And that's the part of the speculation. That's the part of the degenerate gambling that we talk about in this industry, where you're betting on these things coming out at some point and the fundamentals catching up over time. It's kind of like when you buy into a stock, for example, that is just not performing that well, like GameStop. And then randomly, all of a sudden, people start talking about GameStop, it moons, and then over time, the fundamentals catch up because they just got a bunch of money they raised because of the pump. They sold a metric ton of stocks, bro. A metric ton of stocks. So at some point, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, which I think is a really interesting thing in the crypto space. And something we've been talking about for a very long time. Obviously, do not put your entire portfolio on crypto gaming. That is something that I would never advocate for. It's ridiculous. I wouldn't even say you shouldn't be putting more than 10 to 20% of your portfolio in crypto gaming. Most of it should be in safer things, okay? Like, you don't want to get burnt out. The number one problem people are going to have, and I'm going to cover this on a live stream tomorrow probably, is they get burnt out during bull runs. Like, you will go all in on something, it dumps, and then everything else starts pumping a month later, and you have no money. So you've got to be careful for those things. And so let's get over here. In terms of the thing that I was talking about earlier, Alex Becker actually entered as a strategic advisor to Inspect. Now, if you didn't know, Inspect is pretty much a Twitter extension where it goes ahead and shows you details about different projects. I believe if I go to Alex Becker, it might pop up. I don't know if it pops up. I have no idea how this thing works, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you, but you're supposed to be able to click on things and it just pops it up. So like this, for example, click. No? Okay, never mind. Does this work on Ronin? How does this thing work? I don't know how this thing works, whatever. Anyway, so it doesn't matter how it works, okay? So the thing we're playing is off the fucking token. That's what it is. All right, so he went ahead, announced that strategic advisor for Inspect. Inspect hasn't launched yet. Inspect is having their IDO. And their IDO, you subscribe to this thing on Bybit, which, by the way, if you don't have a Bybit account yet, you probably should have a Bybit account if you're not in the US. You could go ahead, sign up with the link in the description of this live stream. But Inspect is going to be the heart of the utility and governance of an ecosystem. If you're bullish on platforms, if you're bullish on things that are kind of weird because they don't really have a cemented competitor yet, like this is something brand new. I don't even know how to use this thing. So we'll see how this thing ends up going, but he is advising for the project, which I imagine is going to bring a metric ton of hype to this thing. All right, let's read over here. Let's read some comments here. Everyone is saying Gallo's not going to run up a lot anymore because of the high market cap. No. No one in this comment section is going to tell me that a $700 million market cap is high. Like, some of these tokens were worth $90 billion and they were meme coins. No, that doesn't matter at all. Gallo's right. Same with Immutable X. I love Immutable X. It's just a lot of these other tokens don't have a lot of quality at all. I mean, 100% though, you've got to ask yourself though, when Gala initially pumped and Townstar was out, was that a good crypto gaming ecosystem? Was it worth $5 billion? No, people were just being degens. That's all it was. So the fundamentals don't need to be there. A lot of the time, the technology for something could be built up for years and zero hype will come to it. Or the ladder effect could thing, like the other thing can happen where there's a ton of hype on something and then the tech begins to go ahead and catch up because they raised a ton of money. So eventually Gala built out the products, but it took them an entire bear market to build out these products. So, you know, games take a long time to make. And yeah, you know, like there are projects that have some games out there, but they just aren't finished yet. You're getting in so early that that's kind of the risk that you're taking on when you're trying to get a 10x. A 10x is not normal in this society that we live in. A 10x is like great. It's life-changing. We've already had a 10x. I've already experienced a 10x in crypto gaming over the past month alone. So yeah, you're taking an absolute risk on these things, but they're self-fulfilling prophecies. If people end up buying the tokens, it raises money for the ecosystems. They get to hire more employees and actually build out products. No one will ever play these games. They are all terrible. There's no way that you think Shrapnel and Illuvium and Star Alice are all terrible. They're no way. Listen, I played League of Legends for a good 11 years. I hit the top of the ladder challenger. I played every AAA gaming title out there. The second that you go ahead and add a money component to something, the dopamine hit that you get for playing a regular game goes up 10x. The best comparison here is thinking about DraftKings and sports betting. The second people started doing sports betting, guys, that industry ended up exploding. It's like everybody, when they watch sports nowadays, is just betting on some random team that they have no idea about just to get that dopamine hit off of just betting on a team. So I do think that wagers and crypto gaming is going to have a pivotal role in the gamification of getting more people to play these games. It's a no-brainer. And the thing is, like, these ecosystems don't even have to be the one to do it. There could be some random game that already exists. Like, Roblox has already expressed interest in getting into our industry. Like, Roblox can go ahead, talk about that, and then be like, oh, I love this. We're just waiting. And then we'll get in eventually. These games can prove themselves, and then Roblox enters, and then it makes a lot more sense. So we're still very early on this industry. There's no denying that there's a metric ton of risk even thinking about it. But you've got to think about the long-term vision on how this all makes sense, because people love doing wagers. People love going ahead and speculating on things. If you want to look at a market that isn't in Web3 that does similar things, look at Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is now CS2, right? That game had a bustling market near the release of CS2. So many YouTubers were making videos about, oh, we're going to go ahead and speculate on these cases because the case is going to go up in price. So there are markets for this, but the problem is that if you're in CS2, you can't really cash out that easily unless you go to Buff, some Chinese marketplace, and, you know, good luck facilitating that. It's complicated. It's complicated for no reason. So it kind of already exists, but it's like ancient, I think is the best way to go ahead and say it. But obviously, like, you're entitled to your own opinion. You know, I could be totally wrong, which is why it's important to do your own due diligence and make your own decisions. I know plenty of people that think the exact opposite of me, and that's a fair opinion to have too. If you don't believe in an industry, you probably shouldn't be in it. But my belief is that at some point, this will catch up to people, and people will want to do these things. And talking about a little bit of that gamble-fi, Nakamoto Games was one of those plays that we talked about on the channel when it was at like 30 cents. This thing is like, I don't even know at this point, $1.70 last time I checked. Let's look at it actually. So yeah, literally $1.69 right now. It went all the way $1.90. Look at this chart. It completely died after the 2021 bull market, and then it fought. It really fought to survive, and fought they did, because this thing is just hitting new highs during this bear cycle, which I find absolutely fascinating. And something that's going to be quite fascinating is the GambleFi sector. I mean, I think about things like Rollbit, and I think about things like Nakamoto Games. But remember, we're talking about Alex Becker, and we're talking about influencers on this stream. And specifically speaking, Nakamoto Games actually ended up getting Alex Becker onto their advisory. And why that's important is because Neo Tokyo is one of the largest, if not the largest, crypto gaming NFT collection out there for alpha. They're probably going to be talking about Nakamoto Games, is what I'm trying to get at here. So it makes sense why this is happening. It makes sense why Nakamoto Games is doing so well, but obviously it's not 100% off of him. That's just one of the many reasons that people end up getting into these cryptocurrencies for. The next thing is Superverse. Superverse actually ended up running a ton. I think this is overvalued. Personally, I think it's run up too much. It's valued at, what, $190 million at this point? Superverse. Yeah, $146 million. I do think it's going to end up cooling down coming into here. I mean, look at what it's doing right now. I do also think that some of these plays, you know, I mean, this is, I believe this is the 𝐒𝐢𝐿𝐿𝐿 Trades crypto coin. You know, this thing, a little bit overvalued. I'm absolutely in a position for super ready. So, you know, this is coming from someone that holds this thing. I think that, you know, when people are talking about these things, they instantly get run-ups and then they get some sell pressure on them. So don't necessarily get into things just because people are talking about it, because more likely than not, you're going to be late. People have bots tracking these people's wallets. Like Alex Becker's wallets, all doxed. People are tracking the heck out of them. 𝐿𝐸's wallets, all docs. People are tracking the heck out of them. Probably my wallets too at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Buff is tricky to get around if you want to get balanced. You're going to have to buy from another person. It's complicated. You have to buy from another person. And by the way, we just hit over 100 viewers. What is going on? We've literally never in the lifetime of this channel had more than 100 people. So congratulations. We've officially made Jesus Martinez history. This is the first. A first in the industry. We've had over 1,000 people on streams before on my other channel, but we ended up actually ditching that channel for crypto gaming. So I'm glad it's paying off a little bit here. And that's incredible. 100 people, welcome. Would you consider 𝐒𝐞𝐧 or SFUND to be the best buy? I actually covered 𝐶DeFi. I'm actually sponsored by 𝐶DeFi several times already on this channel. We covered 𝐶DeFi on my top 10 crypto gaming tokens video. It was at $1. It pumped all the way to like $1.80, and then the team actually reached out to me. And they were like, hey, do you want to get sponsored for like a full overview video? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm already owning this token and I'm already bullish on this token. Of course I'm doing that. Like they're the top launchpad in crypto gaming. Of course I'm doing that. So I ended up making that video. It was like $1.80 and this thing is pumped like crazy. It's at $2.22. It was over at $2.50. A lot of people were asking me what I was doing with my 𝐶DeFi at these price points. I will be 100% honest. I took profit on half of it. I'm doing a moonbag portfolio. Every time a play runs up a ton, you know, in the stock market, they say, let your winners run. My opinion is that if I'm 2xing on something, I'm comfortable with having a moonbag. So I stop having the stress of this thing in my mind. No matter where this thing goes, if it goes to $7, I will be so happy. If it goes to 0, I will be fine because I already took my initial investment out of it. So that's my idea running into this first end of this bull cycle where I'm going to go ahead, size out on some of these positions, but also leave my exposure. I don't want to get out of crypto gaming at all. I want to stay there 150%. But I also don't want to have the risk of everything I just put into it going straight to 0 after an 80 to 90% correction possibly happening off of a potential like Bitcoin 29,000 capitulation event, which a ton of people are talking about nowadays. 100 viewers is the local Web3 gaming market top. Hey, listen. We're making a new market here. This is price discovery right now. Where can we find Becker and 𝐿𝐸's wallets? There are a couple of people that are tracking it. For example, Around the Rubicon is a YouTube channel. They literally have a group chat that tracks Alex Becker's and 𝐒𝐸's wallets. They track a couple other wallets for influencers, but if you're looking for where exactly they are, that's a good resource to start looking at. I mean, they obsessively cover it, which fair enough, right? There's a market for it, and they definitely do move things. Grok to 1 billion, dude. I'm not getting into meme coins this cycle. I don't care what people tell me. I don't care if it pumps. What gaming on Avalanche ecosystem that's in low market cap? Ones that immediately scream out to me. I mean, Dami Online's at 11 million. Shrapnel is at 20 million. What? Oh, sorry. Excuse me. It's at 48 million. It pumped. I still think 50 million's low though. I think like once you get below 10 million, it's like you're in an interesting place. One dude can just pump that thing up 2x. And one dude could also just dump that thing to 0. Is it high risk? It is. You know, we actually ended up getting into one of those high risk positions with Playable. We invested into this thing at like a $3 million market cap. It's at $46 million, right? So I actually think it's definitely, is it bigger than 46 million? No, I think it's 46 million. Yeah. Yeah, we got in this really early, but there was a huge risk. I mean, there was no denying. When I covered that thing, I was like, the likelihood of this going to 0 is much higher than it actually pumping. But I'm in it anyway because I do think and believe that the team's marketing ability was good. And I mean, I was right. It ended up doing the burr, right? It ended up going all the way up. So you've got to do your due diligence on these things. You've also got to understand that, I mean, sometimes these things will just go straight to 0, but that's the risk you're kind of taking for being in this industry. 𝐒𝐞𝐧 or WAGMI games to buy today? You miss Grok, you don't understand the hype crypto. God, dude, I understand. I'm just not in meme coins anymore. I've set like a philosophical rule for me. Don't get into meme coins. I don't care if they 300x. You have Alex, 𝐿𝐸, Kyle chases. Yeah, everybody has their wallets. They're very public. They're not very hard to find. Anyway, going deeper into this one, so Knocker WAGMI games, I would say WAGMI probably has more upside, obviously, right? It's a much lower market cap. WAGMI also recently got that catalyst with Alex Becker joining their advisory. That's more recent. It's on people's minds. Scott Herman is pretty good at the whole marketing thing for WAGMI. I think WAGMI is going to have some pretty big catalysts coming up. I also think that them being on Immutable X and looking into the Immutable X passport is going to be a big deal, especially considering the fact that Immutable X is the leader in the crypto gaming industry right now. So if they get a foothold here as the top project in the Immutable X ecosystem, it's going to be great. Obviously, they have some very big competitors like Illuvium, so we'll see where that ends up going. In terms of mobile, I'm super bullish on mobile. I'm super excited for where mobile is going. So they've got more pluses for me, but I've also got to say that Nakamoto, it is a GambleFi product, and GambleFi products tend to make a ton of money. The sectors that are most profitable on this planet are just GambleFi. Like, GambleFi makes too much money, way too much money. So I own both of them, but those are my thoughts on that. And talking about thoughts, let's go ahead and become a little bit more broad here, because I've got a couple extra topics to talk about before we end this. So free-to-play Web3 games hold the key to mass adoption. This comes from the 𝐒𝐻𝐺 co-founder. Now, if you didn't know, most of the people on this channel, most of the people that are watching this stream right now, are most likely from the United States or the United Kingdom, etc. But most crypto gamers, most people that actually play crypto games, are actually from Southeast Asia. That is the biggest market for gaming globally. 10 out of the top 15 companies in crypto gaming in Southeast Asia right now are looking into building a Web3 product. So when you get the co-founder of 𝐒𝐻𝐺, which by the way called out the Axie Infinity run and helped that make happen, him saying that free-to-play Web3 games hold the key to mass adoption is more than correct. Think about the fact that people get into these games, they go ahead, play for free, and then they see all these different microtransactions, they see people earning these NFTs, etc. It's kind of like the CSGO effect, where instead of just buying the game up front, you go ahead, play the game for free, get addicted to the game, then spend a ton of money on skins, etc. I guess League of Legends would be a better example for that. But I do agree that the 𝐒𝐻𝐺 co-founder is correct. I think that the most profitable crypto games are going to be those crypto games that are free to play. I'm looking more into free to play games, which most crypto games at this point have pivoted toward the free-to-play model. If you're obviously looking to become huge, you probably want to be free-to-play. So that's kind of a non-negotiable for me to go ahead and look at when I'm looking into my next Web3 gaming play. And the next thing I actually wanted to go ahead and talk about was something a little bit funny here. This is from Real Jonah Blake, and he actually ended up making a tier list, which was extremely controversial. People are roasting him all over the time. Can you guys look at your favorite crypto game there? Are you guys bullish on this chart? I don't know about that one, but I'll go ahead and read some comments while we're at it. Dream Quest review. I know why you're telling me about this. It's because Crypto Banter just talked about Dream Quest, and he said that it is a degen play that is stupid, and that's why he's calling the top. That's my opinion too. I mean, it could pump because people are manipulating the chart, but I don't really know too much about Dream Quest, so I don't have a formulated opinion on it. Games in BNB chain are scams. Not if they're multi-chain. If they're multi-chain, it doesn't really matter. I believe IMX will be really, really huge. All of the others like Naka, Miria, even Gala are cool and decent, but IMX will be huge. Dude, I think all of them are going to be huge. You know, a 10X from Gala, putting it at a $7 billion market cap is still pretty damn big. For the overall crypto industry, it obviously isn't that big. For the overall gaming industry, yeah, that starts to enter that point. You don't like Dubs for GambleFi? I think Dubs is not bad at all. Dubs is an interesting one. But I don't hold Dubs, so I don't have a formulated opinion on like how crazy I am for it. The thing for me is I like to focus on specific industries. I'm a lot like Alex and Elio. I mean, there's a big reason why the only thing I cover on my channel is crypto gaming. I know a lot about crypto gaming. I could go all day about all of the different games on this category and tell you exactly how I feel about them. And maybe I will. That might be a little bit of a teaser of a video I'm actually going to be making fairly soon. I'm going to be making a video of all these different games, etc., and my thoughts on them. Because I know this industry. I've talked to these people in person about what they're building and all the different things to look out for. So I understand it. But when we start to go into AI and we start to think about just general gambling coins and meme coins and all these other things, I suck at it. I'm not good at it because I don't focus all of my effort into it. I ignore it totally. They're a very small part of my portfolio. Most of it is in crypto gaming, in fiat, in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, in stable coins. That's really it, because I don't like to overcomplicate my life. If I overcomplicate it, I'm going to make a stupid mistake. And if I make a stupid mistake, I'm going to make another one and another one and another one. And it's just not a good idea. If you're focusing on crypto, you should be focusing on one sector, because our brains can only process so much. Mobland, I don't know too much about Mobland's token itself. True about all gaming tokens, but IMX is crushing it compared to Gal at the moment. I know. Listen, I think I was actually looking at the performance of these. So yeah, Immutable X is up 58% over the past like 3 weeks. This is, by the way, a sample portfolio, not my actual holdings. And then Gala is up, what, 30%? But it's still being outperformed by Ronin. Ronin has been having a killer run. It's at $1.04, right? And Illuvium and all these other more speculative ones, blah, 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 right? But Ronin is doing really good, which I am surprised about. I was pretty surprised about. Have you sold any Illuvium? I actually did sell Illuvium today. I'm sorry, guys. I cheated on Illuvium. I was literally talking to the Illuvium marketing guy today. I am not going to lie. I said this on my video for 3 crypto gaming tokens you should be looking at. I literally said, look into these tokens. This is a buy the rumor, sell the news event. In my opinion, I think this game is going to come out. People are going to sell the token on the catalyst of it coming out, and then it's going to continue to run. My humble opinion on it. You could take it as you will. I'm bullish as hell on Illuvium, but that's how I'm playing the short-term rally on Illuvium. Did I sell everything? No, I didn't sell everything. Absolutely not. But did I take profit on that position that I got into at the $86 mark? Yeah, I actually did end up doing that. So that's my honest thoughts on that. You know, I'm expecting right now a cryptocurrency correction. If it doesn't happen, it is what it is. I miss out on a bit of gains, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, especially with the level of risk that we're getting just participating in this industry overall. You second Army of Fortune content? I should do some Army of Fortune content, should I? A lot of people are hyping up Army of Fortune, but it's not time yet. It's not time yet. Hard to put that price tag on Myria. Myria is at somewhere around, is it almost at like a, yeah, look at this, $65 million market cap. This is something that I didn't expect to run this fast. I was expecting Myria to have a slow crawl up. I thought we were going to be probably, you know, like stuck at the 4 ranges for a while, but then we ended up getting that Alex Becker news that ended up sending us really high, which is awesome. I love that for Myria. I own 4 Myria nodes. So the last person that would be complaining about Myria is me. When I talk about node ecosystems though, I heavily advocate for people buying the tokens first, getting profit, and then rolling those profits into the actual nodes, which is what I've been doing. When Playable ended up going up like crazy, nodes. When Myria ended up going up like crazy, nodes. So now I don't have to worry about selling my Myria or holding or whatever it is with my Myria. As long as I have my nodes, I know for a fact that I'm going to be catching the upside for wherever Myria ends up going, which I'm more than happy about, which is why I made a video yesterday talking about node ecosystems and why I'm so excited about them, because I can catch the upside without worrying about having paper hands. I can have the worst paper hands ever. I could sell all my Myria tokens every month, but if I'm catching the upside on nodes, I'm more than happy about that. Does it cost a lot? Yeah, it does cost a lot for Myria nodes. But for me personally, my strategy is I wanted to accumulate at least $50,000 to $100,000 worth of nodes before the bull market ended up starting. Obviously, this is not just Myria that I'm talking about. I've done it on many different ecosystems, and I will talk about them at some point. I don't like talking about things that are too small. Like, I'm never going to talk about like a $1 million market cap coin, because I know obviously we're probably going to manipulate it. So I've got to be really careful about those things. I got to make sure it works out. But overall, you know, I've got these nodes on lock. I'm talking to companies. Like, we're on for this crypto gaming bull market. But that's my idea for Myria. You know, if this thing goes to a $600 million market cap, I will be raking in the big bucks, you know, and I won't have to worry about holding either, which I'm more than happy about. Gala nodes. I'm sweating. I have to get like a fan or something here. So in terms of Gala nodes, I don't own any. I know this is going to be a big shocker to a lot of people, but I caught the Axie Infinity run. I caught the Peg Axie run. Those were my runs. I got a lot of money on that. I invested $40,000 into Peg Axie, and yes, I did actually end up making it out in profit. Why? Because it was very telegraphed. It was very similar to Axie Infinity, so I kind of understood how to do that. But I missed Gala. I missed the founders nodes, which I regret. I probably would have preferred to actually have gotten the Gala founders nodes versus Axie Infinity, etc. The token went up a lot, but my exposure wasn't that high. Whatever. This market, when these Gala founders nodes end up becoming NFTs, I will reassess the ROI, how long it takes to end up getting profitability on these founders nodes, and then I will assess whether or not I should be able to get into this and actually get out in a reasonable time frame with what I'm expecting. If I'm paying $10,000 for a founders node, I better get a pretty good return on that, right? I am looking into things like rep nodes only because I'm a content creator. Rep is a social media platform. I should probably own one of those if I'm going to be on Gala. I did end up trying out the platform of 4rep a couple days ago, which I'm very excited about, by the way. Very excited about. It's not the most fully built out thing in the world, but I'm just excited to have a marketplace on Gala, guys. I've been waiting for too long for that thing. But yes, right now, as we speak, I am like fully into these nodes. I'm looking into nodes. I love nodes. I know people are going to call me a degen for it. I don't care. It's what I have gone ahead and done for my investment strategy, and it's killing it. It's killing it. All right, let's keep reading over here. Jesus is live. We like the stream. Of course, you have to like. There's 143 people on here. We have never had this many people on here. You have to smash this like button so that we can get more people looking at crypto gaming and looking at the juiciness that is happening right now. This is not happening in any other sector in the industry right now. Maybe meme coins, right? Look at Grok. But other than that, like this is the forefront, the leading industry in the cryptocurrency market. It is crypto gaming. And by the way, if you're bullish on crypto gaming, if you're wondering about more details in regards to why I'm bullish on nodes, why I'm bullish on NFTs, how I've managed to secure so much profit on it, I'm actually going to be on digital asset news over on Wednesday. So Wednesdays, I am going to be, just this Wednesday, I'm going to be on digital asset news. Big shout out to Dan. I love this guy. He's an OG. And I'm going to be honest, like I had a chat with him a couple months ago about the industry. I was looking a little bit iffy, a little bit papery. But Dan kept me in it. He kept me in it, and we killed it. We killed it. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be grinding it out. Dan says, Axie, apparently the game that has the most DAUs of all games right now. I want to talk about this because when you go to places like DApp Radar, a lot of people go to this website, and they always tell me, Classy, oh, Jesus, sorry, I changed my name. Jesus, you went ahead and you said this game has the most DAU, but I checked DApp Radar, and I don't think that's the case. I hate DApp Radar. I haven't used DApp Radar since 2021 because they always get things wrong. I don't know what they are tracking, but it's always wrong. It is never right. So I don't use DApp Radar as a key indicator. It's a very, very small part of it. Like I'll check it and see if they're actually doing it right, and then maybe I'll do it. Like for example, if we're looking at Farmer's World, does it have $0 in volume? No. Does Pixels have $0 in volume? No, it obviously doesn't. Is the unique active wallets right? Maybe. Is the DAU of the actual game right? No, because there is no DAU. We don't know what the DAU is. I don't know what the DAU of Axie Infinity is. I don't know what the DAU of Pixels is. What I do know is that the social sentiment of Axie Infinity has been going up. More people have been talking about Axie Infinity lately. The Ronin token has been going up. And if you actually look at the top gainers for today, you will see for yourself. First off, by the way, I love you, Gala. And Terra Luna Classic fam, if you're listening, God bless you. And then Axie Infinity over here is the third top gainer. It is running right now. So clearly, social sentiment is good for Axie Infinity. I'm pretty sure that they probably have the biggest crypto game right now. Does it make it the best crypto game? I guess. I mean, if you have the most people, I guess you're the best. But I mean, like, Axie Infinity, is it going to be the biggest game in 2024? No, obviously not. I'm pretty sure. I could bet. I don't know if I'd bet my left testy, but I would bet something. Maybe I'll bet you $1, right? Like those little kindness content people. I forgot my wallet at home. Do you have $1? I've been addicted to that thing. If you know, you know. But Axie Infinity right now, it's up 5%. Clearly, there's sentiment gearing toward it. I'm pretty sure Axie Infinity has the most DAU. If not Axie Infinity, it's definitely Pixels. Because there's too many damn people playing Pixels right now. I don't get the hype behind it. I will probably never play Pixels. I touched it for 2 seconds, which I guess I played it then. But I got bored. Like, there was just, to me, there wasn't enough substance. But people could argue Farmville didn't have a lot of substance. So just because the game is simple doesn't make it bad. And by the way, talking about the top crypto gaming tokens for November 2023, here it is. So S tier, we've got my bags. All right. On A tier, we've got future bags that I'm going to own at some point. And then over at D tier, so almost F tier, I've gone ahead and placed your bags. So I hope you all don't mind about this, the fudding of your bags, et cetera, because it's very important to go ahead and vocalize your bags in a low light so that my bags can go ahead and go up. So I hope you all don't mind about that. I'm super excited about that. You know, that's been something that has been a big question in my actual channel. You know, what is the S tier thing? What's the D tier thing? Question mark? Win game? All right, let's keep reading some stuff. Any thoughts on SNS nodes? So I already have, I've actually done a video on Sonorous nodes. We did pretty good on those, right? I don't know though. You know, I don't know. I'm going to have a chat with the team on it. So I'm not fully convinced on the longevity of it, but I am kind of comfortable talking about it. So I'm definitely looking into them for actually purchasing nodes. The most complete game I've played in crypto so far was Gods Unchained. I owned a Gods Unchained deck. I spent like $300 on it. And some dude told me if I held it, I would have made money. I sold it and I lost like, I think like 70% of it. It was like a couple months ago. So yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. What am I? Look at this. What the fuck? Look at this guy. Look at this dude. Bro, you're 30 plus and post shirtless mirror selfies. This is why I love this guy. I also do karate, cosplay Duke Nukem in my garage, and cut my own hair. How does this guy? I have to learn how to cut my own hair. He's cringe as fuck. You're the one who chose to follow. This man is fucking shredded, dude. I was looking into like his tweets. I'm like, God damn. You got to take care of your health. I cut my own hair. Yeah, I bet you do. What's my opinion on spider tanks and silk? Good luck. That's my opinion on it. I have silk. I have a lot of silk. Do I think I'm ever going to be able to actually sell it? I don't know. So next thing, the battle for gamers' hearts on PC and AAA games is going to take time. Crypto gaming will absolutely go silly sausage, nuclear. What the fuck is this? On mobile and gambling, though. There's so much money in these markets that we can see 20 to 30x in all of gaming market cap from just these alone. I agree. I think that mass adoption is going to come from mobile games. I know. Crazy. It's already happened on gambling, though. Let's be honest. Stuff like stake.com is already dominating the gambling markets. In terms of online casinos, Gamblify is the place to be right now. They're making too much money. It should be illegal. It probably is illegal, but they're doing their thing. And yeah, stake and roll bit are raking it in. That's for sure. That's a 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐼𝐴. I'm going to actually talk to the team in a bit about 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐼𝐴. So, formulated opinions on 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐼𝐴. I am net bull on 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐼𝐴. I do actually like what they're building out in terms of an MMORPG. I don't think that the trend is favoring them right now. I don't think people are really excited about exactly what they're building out. You know, in regards to just like the token and speculation and people being weird. But I like the game. I'm actually like excited for what they're building. So, you know, I'm hoping the best for them. And I mean, I'm hoping for everything to go well for them. And they are something. They're a gaming company that is exploring a niche that I am super bullish on, which I don't know if they've actually gone ahead and confirmed anything, so I won't talk about it too much. But yeah, I'm very excited about 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐼𝐴 if they end up doing the thing that they say they're going to be doing. That's all I've got to say. So, next thing, crypto gaming coins. Crypto Stash went ahead and did a video on this. I wanted to shout him out. First off, he's an awesome guy, OG in the crypto gaming space. I've talked to him. He's actually really nice to talk to. Some of these people in the content creation space are very cranky when you actually talk to them. So I love Crypto Stash. Shout out to you. Follow this guy. Subscribe to him. Do whatever you want. But he went ahead and made a video on new crypto gaming coins. He shouted out Shrapnel big time specifically. I'm pretty sure he probably shouted out more. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about this because I have a contrarian opinion. I don't think I will ever own utility tokens for the purpose of speculating. For example, on Big Time, you go ahead and you use the Big Time token for in-game events. For example, if you want to go ahead and forge a brand new sword, you need to use Big Time tokens. If you want to go ahead and craft a new armor piece, you have to use Big Time tokens. Big Time tokens are a big part of the economy. People use them to do things in the game. But the thing is, I feel like your exposure is kind of undercutting itself if you buy the token, because not only are you missing out on the potential passive gains that you get from crafting hourglasses and some of the other things that the NFTs provide on Big Time, for example, the armor, etc., which could go up in price. That's the thing, you know, like you lose the passive income. You also lose the potential to actually sell this thing for an increased price. If you look at the actual Big Time market right now, which I'm comfortable, you know, doxing whatever I've got here, in terms of the marketplace, like amplified hourglasses, etc., like these Time Wardens were worth $200. Now they're worth like $669. You would have been better off just buying Time Wardens rather than buying the token. You would have made way more returns than had you bought the utility token for Big Time. So my opinion on this, like, why would you buy SLP when you could just buy an Axie? Axies ran up so much more than SLP ever ran. Obviously, it's high risk either way, but if I'm playing a utility token, I personally think that I would probably rather have the NFTs rather than the actual utility token. Those are my thoughts. $10 Time Wardens. Shut up, Savage. I don't want to hear you talk because like then I get jealous. Okay, Savage is like the Big Time OG. I hate you. I hate you. Like, dude, I went ahead and unboxed 5 of these boxes. Ended up getting an Epic Time Warden, and I sold it for $2,000. I think it was worth like $800 at the time. I'm pretty sure when you bought it in, it was probably worth like $2 or something. Something stupid. Docs the Crankies? Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, you see, I literally own 0 though. Like, I already sold my Big Time tokens when it pumped. So anyway, I want to talk about this because this is a misleading statistic, okay? Axie Infinity is not having $3 million worth of volume every single day. But people will go ahead and look at things like DApp Radar, which I'm like the worst enemy here, apparently, of DApp Radar, which I probably love DApp Radar. It's a love and hate relationship. But they like to go ahead and make very interesting statistics, okay? Because all that volume was pretty much from the actual DEX Katana. That's where that came from. For the most part, obviously there was some volume there, but no, they are not absolutely stomping every other crypto game in existence right now. That's just Katana swap volume. The AXS token, yeah, sure, you know, great, love it. Let's go ahead and put Gala Games as volume here. if you want to compare volume, yeah, let's put Gala on there, and we'll see who's winning there. Yeah, I know, like this is very misleading. I think a lot of people are always very confused over the whole DEXs versus NFT sales versus utility tokens and tokenomics and all these other different factors. So I like to clarify sometimes that if you see a chart like this, probably not legit. Probably not legit. They used to show it on the Axie Marketplace. They do show it on the Axie Marketplace. I could actually show it right now. Let me go ahead and pop over here. Look at how sweaty I am. Are we looking at this? Jesus, if you guys aren't liking, I'm getting a full-on workout right here just doing this live stream for you guys. See, you've got to smash that like button for this. Okay, we've got it. So over the past 24 hours, you know, Axie Infinity has turned 35 ETH worth of volume. If we take the current price of Ethereum, which is probably around like $2,000, right? Boom. And then I put 35 ETH there. That's 70 grand. 70 grand is not $3 million. It is not $3 million. I need to get at least 69 likes this stream. Come on, guys. 69 likes or else I'm about to riot. But yes, it's not at all. That's just misleading. It's definitely an error. Yeah, YP got it here. DApp Radar shows up to 9.5 million volume in 24 hours. There you go. Thank you for the clarification, but I'm not going to take the post down because it ended up performing well. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to take the post down because, guys... Hey, we're doing good out here. We're doing good out here, so we're not doing that. You're saying you would hold Senate as opposed to Citus? Yeah, that's essentially what you're hearing from me is, you know, I'm more of a Senate guy. You know, if I'm getting into Senate at a $16 million market cap, it was at, what was this, 2 cents? This is almost a 10X. Let's look at Citus. Citus is also running up like crazy. 𝐻𝐈𝐓 ended up going up a little bit less, actually. Senate pumped more than 𝐻𝐈𝐓. So, you know, even though people are hyping the hell out of 𝐻𝐈𝐓, people were sleeping on Senate. Senate went up more, and it has way less volume and a way lower market cap. So, yeah, no, I do still hold that thesis, 100%. 100%. And we're not ignoring 𝐒𝐞𝐳 content. Trust me, we'll be talking about that in the future. But that's going to be pretty much this live stream, guys. I don't want to go ahead, take up more of your time if I don't need to. We're going to be doing some content later today. I'm actually just going to go to my local Lowe's and buy a fan because I'm sweating my ass off. But until the next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Leave the likes. Great stream. We'll do it tomorrow. Stay classy. And that's all.